Jai Mata. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige. Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. At appointed times, as instructed by mother the previous day, food would be kept in the adjoining room and the door closed. After an hour, we opened the door and sometimes found the food untouched. Again, in the evening, food would be placed there. Those who were attending on mother had always to attune their minds to mother with ever watchful vigilance and prayers. No one could intrude, and mother had to come back to normal consciousness for us to approach her. Once it happened that I had to go to the room to place some water there. Suddenly, before I could leave the room, mother came into the room from the adjoining room. She was not the mother we knew, but a being of deep silence and immense power existing in some supernal realm. She was not aware of my presence. Trembling with awe, I could not even look on her face, and I hastily retreated. At such times, we are made aware of the vast distance that spans the Jiva and Ishvara. Mother's health continued to deteriorate, but no doctor could diagnose the cause. The tremendous transmission of power at the time of the installation cannot be easily understood by us. I remembered an experience my husband had at the time of the Sri Rama Sri Krishna Pradishtas at Trivandrum. He was helping mother to place the heavy idol of Sri Rama in its determined position. It chanced that his hands were still on the Vigraha when mother, in the great power of the moment, touched the heart of the Vigraha. My husband felt as if a tremendous bolt of energy entered his body. He could not remember how he stepped down from there, his whole being turned inwards, and for 1 hour he was in that state. This experience gave him a glimpse of immeasurable power that went into the installation. We saw only the outer act without realizing the significance of the installation done by Devi herself. In spite of the spells of silence and solitude, Upadesha and discourses continued. Many were inspired to come forward to work for the mission. Sri Pokat Raj Raghavan Pillai, president of the center, worked with untiring zeal to get the land, to build the mandir, and for the installation. He brought out an Anglo-Malayalam quarterly called Dharmadesham to propagate mother's teachings. Equally zealous was Sri Kumaragam Parameswaran Pillai, whose illuminating talks and scholarly interpretations of mother's teachings brought out clearly the glory of mother's Avirbhava. He donated a spacious hall next to the mandir to be used for special occasions. Not to be forgotten are the group of ladies who from the very beginning did the puja in the shrine. By their exemplary dedication, austerities and nishtha, mother was propitiated and women disciples were granted the blessing to do the puja in the shrine even to this day. My thoughts go back to all those devoted and noble disciples of Trichur and Trivandrum who with steadfast faith and devotion did the spade work for the centers where the Vigraha Pradishta came as the crowning glory. The plenitude of Mother's grace was there, but it was the struggles, sacrifices, efforts, and intense prayer of many of those devoted ones that made them instruments in the Mother's hands to accomplish step by step the work of the mission. Many of them have attained the lotus feet, but many are still with us who, in spite of ill health and age, strive to fulfill Mother's work, holding aloft the torch of steadfast faith. They were all close and dear to us, for we shared and worked for the common ideal of spreading Mother's glory. Let us pay our homage to them. Many devout families, as a whole, surrendered to Mother, and many of the younger generation got Upadesh from Mother. My devoted sisters-in-law, Their children and grandchildren, even to the fifth generation, received Mother's Upadesh. From Trivandrum, Mother proceeded to Mangalore with a brief halt at Kayamkulam. Mother's health continued to cause great anxiety to all of us. At Trivandrum, I noticed that Tara Devi was often in Mother's thoughts, and once I mentioned to Mother if I should write and ask her to come. But then Mother said, Tara will come at the needed time, and so it came to pass. As ordained, Tara Devi came to Bangalore where Mother was staying. Mother accompanied her to Ahmednagar where she was to be for the next 7 years. It is significant that the Divine Mother never came to Trichur again, for with the Pradishta the boon of her eternal presence was granted there. To Trivandrum she came once more in 1970, as I have mentioned elsewhere. It is also noteworthy that with the 3 Pradishtas, the flood of Navakshari Mantra that had preceded this event subsided. It might have been because the truth of Mother's advent was concretized in many hearts. Gradually, it was the Guru Nama which came to the forefront as invocatory japa. Nama and Rupa unified in the worship of the glowing Saguna presence. The Pradishtas in Kerala blazoned forth the affirmation of the advent of Parashakti and remain as precious monuments of that recognition and of the faith and surrender of the devotees. O Mother Durga, of infinite power and prowess, the eternal guardian of Dharma, who shines resplendent as Devi Ramambiga in the sacred shrines, we pray to Thee, bestow on the universe all auspicious boons. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mata.